You don't know where one specific item is? Everyone else knows. Did you even look?
Oh, roast him.
Jumper cable aisle, idiot.
Roast him.
No one's gonna think that.
Did he slap you?
Desperate, I mustered.
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We're going to be checking out the odd ones out, talking to strangers on today's video. Some people can talk to strangers, other people can't. I was probably one of the people in the middle. I can talk to strangers if it's like in a social setting, but if it's like where nobody's really talking much, I'm not the person to go up to an absolute stranger, especially a female, and be asking for a number. No, I don't have the confidence to do something like that. Is that not awkward to y'all? But don't forget to hit me a like, subscribe, and go ahead and comment. Do you think you're awkward? I will say I'm a little awkward, like everybody. Come on, we all have a little awkwardness to us, but if I'm around my friends, or like I said, I'm in a social space with people chatting around me, I can learn how to talk to people I never talked to before. I don't need a best friend or a wingman every single time. It's just I would prefer one, because come on, walking up to a girl that you don't know, especially if she's around her friends, that can be kind of intimidating. I'm not the only one who thinks that. But enough of me talking, let's go and check out the odd ones out, talking to strangers, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Let's pretend you get on a bus and it's super crowded.
Ugh.
The only spot that's open is between two strangers.
A middle seat?
So you sit down between two people you've
Terrible.
never met and everyone is fine. Everyone's keeping to themselves, no one's making eye contact, it's perfect. Sure, your shoulders are touching, but that's just what happens. That's part of the bus going experience.
It is a part of it.
Person. But
it
then
is.
At the very next stop, aisle seat guy gets off.
Then you
so
move
now
over.
You and window seat guy are sitting right next to each other. But since you're in the middle, you have to be the one to decide, do you move or not?
I would move.
Honestly don't know what the right thing to do in that situation is. I'm conflicted. Because if you move, it would be silently telling the other person, hey, you're disgusting. I can't stand having our shoulders touch any longer.
In a way.
Finally get away from you.
In a way.
But on the other hand, if I was the window seat guy, I would want the middle seat guy to become the new aisle seat guy. I wouldn't see moving as rude. I would just want his gross, disgusting body as far away from
Oh
me
my
as
goodness,
possible.
that's kind of
That's
rude.
not rude. But on the other hand, maybe I'm overthinking everything, and most people don't even mind being this close to another human, and they aren't struggling socially. I don't know.
I think the proper thing to do in a situation like that is to move over for many reasons. First, he explained it perfectly. If you're the person who was sitting next to the window, like, in your head, you're probably thinking, why is he still next to me? Like, the seat next to him has become available. Why doesn't he move over so we both have arm space? Because I am a big guy. I don't like being cramped. I don't like those bus situations where I can barely move my arms. So I would move over. I think that is the proper thing to do. But I can see what he means by it can appear weird, because it seems like you don't want to be by them, you don't want to be in their bubble anymore, and who cares? Like, I don't want to be by you. That is the truth. I don't want to be by you. If I'm going to be on a bus, I much rather have a seat all to myself. So I'm gonna scooch over, and who cares about your feelings?
Now imagine that same situation, but with urinals. If you do you move halfway through to the other urinal? Because I would.
Not halfway.
Talk to people when you're sitting 2 inches away from them. I always felt like I should say something, like, hey, did you see the game last night? I didn't. I was too busy drawing cartoons.
Yeah, I don't want.
Realized
You didn't see the game
this
either.
This is a two-way street. I'm worried about not talking to someone, but they're not talking to me either. We both agreed that there's this unwritten contract between us that we're not even going to look at each other. It got me thinking about strangers, and specifically how I treat them. And how I can make money off of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was a joke. For most of my life, I would go out of my way to avoid talking to people. I would stay in my lane, mind my own business, no eye contact. If everyone's using a urinal, I'd have to pee tomorrow. Yes, I'm lonely. But now that YouTube's the thing, I'm interacting with strangers more often than I've had to in my entire life.
Is that Logan Paul?
I've been thinking a lot about strangers. And first of all, I think the word stranger is already an insulting label for someone just because you don't know their name. Oh, I don't know this person? They're a stranger. They're strange. I'm the normal one. They're the freaks. They probably murder people with an axe.
You wouldn't know.
The go-to profession of a stranger.
You never know
murderer.
who
But
an axe murderer
the people you
is.
see throughout your day are all humans with their own hopes and dreams, and some of them may hope to kill you, but
Oh,
you'll
gosh.
never know because you never take the time to get to know them.
I wanted to get to know you.
The people you see throughout your daily life aren't strangers. They're potential friends.
That is the truth. They are potential friends, and how else do you make new friends unless you meet someone you've never seen before or talked to before? That is how you make friends. Because it's very easy to become lonely. If you always, put yourself to the side, you always single yourself out, you always make yourself alone at home, not really going out with your friends. Like, they're gonna get the message. Nobody's gonna really want to be around you. People want to be around social people. I feel, for the most part, nobody wants somebody that just stays to themselves and doesn't talk to anybody. I'm sure nobody wants to be around someone like that. So you're gonna have to talk to strangers if you want to make new friends, and if you want to, date this and that, you're probably gonna have to talk to strangers as well, because how else are you gonna meet new people unless you talk to somebody that you've never talked to before? Like, that's literally the definition of meeting a new person. You're talking to a stranger. So I don't know, use this time to reflect on your life. Do you push yourself away from strangers? Do you not talk to them? Do you not give them eye contact? When was the last time you ever opened up in dialogue with somebody that you've never talked to before? Like, really ask yourself that. A good conversation, not just what's the time or did you catch the game? No, I mean an open conversation when you talk back and forth. That is what I'm asking.
Except for the weird ones, obviously. Stay away from them. And yes, I'm telling you to judge people based on their appearance. They're the ones that chose to wear anime shirts in public, okay? So
I don't wear anime shirts.
I'm sitting right next to this fellow human being. So far, there's not a single reason why I should dislike this person, but I don't know why. If you put him and me on a bus next to each other, I want him as far away from me as possible.
Why?
Just stop touching my shoulder! That was the last time I took the bus. Unfortunately, that's not the only place you meet strangers.
Look at all those
One time I was at
strangers.
Home Depot,
Oh, gosh.
I was looking for jumper cables, and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I don't know if I'm the only human that's like this, but I will try everything in my power to not talk to a sales associate.
No, I hate waiting
Because I
and
know they get paid minimum
looking
wage
around.
and life sucks, and I just want to leave them alone and not make their job any harder than it has to be. But asking employees for help isn't even bothering them that much.
It's their
I
job.
think it's part of their job.
It is their
Like,
job.
What's the worst thing they're gonna say? Ugh. You don't know where one specific item is? Everyone else knows. Did you even look?
Oh, roast
The
him.
jumper cable aisle, idiot.
Roast him.
No one's gonna think that.
Did he
So,
slap you?
Desperate, I mustered up what little courage I had and swaggered up to someone wearing an orange vest and said, excuse me, do you know where the jumper cables are? I don't work here. Oh, you don't work here?
Oh, damn, that's awkward.
And then he walked away.
That's
And then
awkward.
he waddled away, waddle. And then the very next day, bam, bam, bam. So I think the logical thing to do in that situation would have been to find someone who does work there. But I left the store because I didn't want to run into that same guy again. But I also bought a hammer because I didn't want people to think that I stole something. So...
Oh my goodness, James, are you kidding me? This man left the store, but first he bought a hammer so people wouldn't think that he stole something. James, you are too nice of a person. You're I promise you, I mean, you don't need me to tell you this. I'm sure you already know, but you'll be fine. Like, that has happened to me before. I actually walked up to somebody, I think it was in I forgot where it was, but it was where you're supposed to wear all black, and someone was wearing all black. I asked them for something, and they're like, oh, I don't work here, and then they like gave me this awkward look and walked away. So it happened to me before. It happens to the best of us. But you don't have to let that ruin your whole trip. This man really left because he was too scared. He was gonna run in that situation again. James is such a nice kid. He's older than me. I mean, he's probably the same age as me. I'm 22. How old is James? I would say he's 22, 23. So yeah, same age as me. I digress. And who can find anything in Home Depot? Like, it's a huge maze of a store, and I'm not really handy with my hands. So when's the last time I went to a Home Depot? Probably to buy paint. I don't do 2x4s and nails and hammers. Like, come on. Does it look like I construct with these hands? I can't even palm a basketball, and I'm 6'4". He really left.
Yeah. And by the way, if you wear an orange vest to Home Depot, just expect people to ask you for help.
Facts.
Same goes for people who wear red shirts at Target.
Facts.
You'd think I'd learn from my mistakes, but no, I have a bunch more examples. When my book came out, my publisher said that it was going to be carried at Barnes & Noble.
Ooh.
And I thought that was super duper cool and wanted to see my book in the wild.
Ooh.
Not to buy or anything, just to have a look at. So I took my friend Adam from Something Else YT, and we went to the local Barnes & Noble and started our search.
Seems like he doesn't want to
We looked in the
go.
paper section, didn't find it. Then we checked the new release section, it wasn't there either. Then we looked at the best-selling section, then the religious section. But
Where is it
we couldn't find the
at?
book anywhere.
Is it the
So
YouTuber
either
section?
The publisher lied, or they had already sold out.
Oh, books by
Just to be
YouTubers.
sure, I asked one of the workers, "Hey, do you guys have a book by TheOdd1sOut?" He kind of looks like this. And the worker typed something out on his computer and said, "Oh yeah, we got those in the back. We just haven't put them out yet."
Oh.
Brought out a copy and handed it to me saying, "Here you go, kid." And I thought,
dang.
well, Frank, I can't just hand it back to the guy and say, "Oh no, that's okay.
Oh.
I didn't want to buy it. I just wanted to have a look at it." Do you know how inconvenient that would be? So the only less
You bought your
option
book?
I could think of was to buy my own book.
You bought your own
You know
book.
what? I'd get a couple cents back from this purchase, so it wouldn't have been a total loss.
Oh
But
my
Adam, being
gosh.
the more sensible one, said.
Dude, this is ridiculous. You have to come clean.
So then he went to the worker and
Come
said,
clean.
So he actually wrote this book. He just wanted to get a look at it, like, in the wild.
and the worker said, "Oh, that's so cool. Do you want to sign our copies?" And then I thought, well, hold on. You're not even going to ask me for my ID?
Yeah.
I actually wrote this book, and I'm
Anybody-
not some guy trying to face someone else's.
Anybody could
And then
just
the guy
walk
gave
in
me a
there.
whole stack of my books, and I signed them all. Last story.
Pretty
before I
dope.
go,
That's pretty
I was
dope.
in the hallway of a building, and me and this potential friend crossed paths. He said, "Hello," and I
You
was
from
going to
Yu-Gi-Oh?
respond with "Hello" and "How's it going?" But I combined the two and ended up saying, "How?"
Oh, combining words. We have all fallen for that mistake so many times. And then the worst thing, not even combining words, is choosing the wrong word. Have you ever called your teacher mom? Or I've never called a guy teacher dad. I have never done that. But when I had a girl teacher, I did call her mommy. I don't know why. I was young. I was like, what, first grade, kindergarten? I was young, okay? So probably was talking to my mom this morning and I missed her and I called the teacher mom. It was a slip of the mouth. It was an accident. But those be very awkward situations. Imagine you're in college and you call your professor mommy. Oh my gosh, that'd be very gross. But what if she responds with daddy? Okay, we're going a little bit too far-rated with this.
And then I jumped out a window and fell to my death. I can't rationalize that behavior.
That's how it feels
Maybe
like,
I
bro.
spend too much time on the computer and I'm not used to looking at real people's faces, but I'm trying to change.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, going to conventions and meeting fans has helped me a lot with talking to people. Granted, those conversations are usually one-sided and a real stranger won't already know who I am.
Yeah.
But they've still helped me. Now, you might be expecting me to give you advice on overcoming social anxiety, but if you watch this video, you know I'm not the most qualified to give that advice. But I'll try my best.
Try your best.
I know it's hard to feel confident, and I'm still working on it, but you have to understand that we're all people, and we all have things that we're struggling with.
Facts.
And in
No
reality,
printer.
we're not all watching or caring about every little thing that other people do. We're all too busy worrying about what other people think of us. So with enough practice and believing in yourself, you can show the world your true colors.
Flat
and
Earth.
I think you'll find that people are a lot nicer than you think. So if you're the middle seat guy on the bus and you have to decide whether or not to move, do whatever you want. No one cares. Just stop touching my shoulders. Hey.
That was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I think he explained it perfectly well. You're gonna have to talk to strangers. Like, strangers are not always terrible people. They're not always disgusting bad people that you should never look at. Like, sometimes you may need to socialize. I personally believe it's very important to do it at a young age, because trust me, you do not want to be the adult who does not know how to make friends, who doesn't know how to socialize, who's just awkward and like has social anxiety. You do not want to go through that. Trust me. So start while you're young. Start while you're still going to whatever, intermediate school, middle school. You know, like, put yourself out there, play a sport, talk to new people, because it's gonna help you in your adult life. You're gonna be able to make connections, network much easier, friends much easier. You're gonna have a better time in life if you just learn how to talk to people and not be afraid. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you want to reply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince TheOdd1sOut. Stay charming, my friends.